This isn't just another race week. What if we told you the 2025 Spanish Grand Prix might be the turning point of the entire F1 season? From fiery rivalries reigniting to bold upgrades that could redefine the pecking order, this weekend is poised to shake things up in a big way. And, trust us, there's a shocking twist brewing that few saw coming. Stick with us as we break down the 5 hottest storylines that will make this Grand Prix unmissable. And don't blink, because what you hear in the next few minutes could change the way you view this entire season. And hey, this isn't just a preview, it's a full throttle ride through every twist and turn before the lights go out in Barcelona. Buckle up. First up, all eyes are on Ferrari. Not for the usual reasons, but because Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz might be heading into a full-blown civil war. The tension's been building all season, and with both drivers still in contention for the championship, Spain could be the flashpoint. Sainz, racing in front of his home crowd, is desperate to prove he's not just the number 2. Meanwhile, Leclerc, who's consistently outqualified Sainz this season, knows that a win here could solidify his place as Ferrari's true leader. But the big question remains. Will team orders come into play? Ferrari team principal Frédéric Vasseur has publicly denied any favoritism, but sources from within Maranello suggest otherwise. Engineers reportedly split testing programs at the last 2 races, favoring Leclerc with aero and tire experiments while Sainz focused on consistent race setup. The media storm in Spain is also amplifying the drama. Local outlets are painting Sainz as the underdog hero, while Italian press circles are championing Leclerc as Ferrari's golden boy. Sainz has always been known as a calm, calculating driver. But lately, we've seen flashes of raw emotion. On the radio, in the paddock, even in press conferences. Could the pressure of being overshadowed be finally getting to him? Meanwhile, Leclerc has his own weight to carry. After several seasons of being the face of Ferrari's future, fans and critics alike are demanding he deliver a championship, or at least consistent race wins. And here's the kicker. A source close to the paddock says one of them might be looking at a shocking team switch for 2026. Could Sainz end up at Mercedes? Could Leclerc jump ship to Aston Martin? More on that later. If you're enjoying these insights, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our latest updates. Second storyline, cracks are starting to show in the Red Bull armor. After a near-perfect start to the season, whispers in the paddock suggest Max Verstappen is no longer completely comfortable with the car's new upgrade package. Red Bull brought a significant aerodynamic update to Imola, but it didn't produce the gains they expected. Verstappen himself said the car felt off balance in practice. While he still managed to finish on the podium, the gap to McLaren and Mercedes is closing fast. Adrian Newey's departure at the end of the season is also beginning to cast a shadow. Though the team insists his influence will still be felt, insiders argue that Red Bull's technical direction may be slipping. Spain's layout, a blend of fast straights and technical corners, is a known car exposure venue. If Red Bull can't dominate here, it could prove their earlier wins were circuit-dependent. Perez is also in the spotlight. His last 3 races have included a Q2 elimination, a pit lane penalty, and a race-ending lockup. Helmut Marko has remained unusually silent. Never a good sign. And it's not just about performance. Rumors of tension between Verstappen and the engineering crew have emerged, with heated post-session debriefs becoming more frequent. Meanwhile, Honda's impending departure has created some uncertainty in the long-term power unit strategy. Could that affect the team's future dominance? Coming up, a dark horse team might just steal Red Bull's thunder this weekend. And it's not who you think. McLaren has been on fire recently, but the big question is, can they keep it going? Lando Norris has found a groove, and Oscar Piastri is showing serious maturity for a second-year driver. Their recent podium finishes have sparked speculation that McLaren might be the true challenger to Red Bull this season. Team principal Andrea Stella has hinted at an aggressive upgrade path. In Barcelona, McLaren is running a new side pod configuration and suspension tweaks aimed at improving tire longevity. Spain will be the ultimate litmus test. The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya is a technical, all-rounder track. It exposes weaknesses in both car balance and driver precision. McLaren's data team has also implemented an advanced tire degradation model, helping the team strategize for variable race conditions more effectively. If the predictions hold true, McLaren could dominate late race stints. Sector 3 will be critical, especially turn 14, where traction and exit stability will be tested. If McLaren has mastered it, they might just dominate Sunday. Plus, we've got a rumor that McLaren is preparing a surprise upgrade for Silverstone that could tilt the entire championship. Stay tuned for details in our next episode. Like what you're hearing? Subscribe now to Fuel Up Daily and fuel your F1 obsession. Remember the buzz around Aston Martin at the start of 2023? They were hailed as the surprise package. Fast forward to now, and while the noise has dimmed, they might be making another stealthy comeback. Fernando Alonso has been tight-lipped, but internal sources suggest the AMR25 has undergone major floor and suspension tweaks that could suit the Spanish layout perfectly. In private practice sessions, Alonso was reportedly clocking lap times that rivaled top 3 teams on long runs. While the team has tried to keep it under wraps, timing screens don't lie. Let's not forget, this is Alonso's home turf. The last time he raced here with a semi-competitive car, he nearly made the podium. With a fired-up Spanish crowd and a potentially reborn car under him, could Alonso shock everyone and land on the podium again? Lance Stroll, meanwhile, is under pressure to prove he belongs in the F1 elite. A strong performance in Spain might be the boost he needs to silence critics. There's also talk of a major announcement coming soon from Aston Martin. Could it be a new technical director? A strategic engine partnership for 2026? Or even hints at Alonso's eventual replacement? Finally, let's talk about the biggest wildcard of all, the weather. Forecasts suggest a high chance of rain on qualifying day and unpredictable winds on Sunday. That throws everything into chaos. Who does this favor? Historically, wet conditions level the playing field and reward driver instinct over raw speed. That's good news for drivers like Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, both veterans who thrive in tricky conditions. Mercedes has reportedly been testing a new low-drag rear wing configuration designed for variable conditions. If they get the setup right, this might be their breakout weekend. Strategically, we might see teams split tire strategies between drivers. Expect at least one bold undercut attempt, especially if the safety car comes into play early. Spain isn't known for frequent SCs, but a damp track changes everything. There's also the debut of a new 2025 regulation tweak. Under VSC conditions, teams can now activate limited pit automation to reduce unsafe release risk. That might not sound huge, but late race stops could become more chaotic than ever. In the pit lane, tire warmers have been reduced in heat limits, adding another layer of challenge. Drivers will need to adapt quickly during pit exits to avoid cold tire spins. We'll break down the new rule. So there you have it. 5 electrifying storylines that could make the 2025 Spanish Grand Prix the most dramatic race of the season so far. From intra-team rivalries to potential rain chaos, from Red Bull vulnerability to the Alonso homecoming, Spain is serving up a weekend that no F1 fan can afford to miss. Which storyline are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update from Fuel Up Daily. We'll be back with post-qualifying reactions, race day predictions, and in-depth driver analysis. Until then, keep your engines revved. This is going to be epic. See you on the grid.